from the 12th to 30th of January on the IM Drive and Sunset Drive at 8:30 a.m. and 6:15 p.m. Hear powerful real-life stories of people who dared to begin again after failure, loss, change, or simply a nudge from God.
I had to restart my business 3 different times. During those times, I cried many times. I had to go and beg suppliers for credit sales.
I remember after service, everywhere I was posted to work, I was told they already had enough people. And I believe that what felt like rejection was actually redirection. Having God lead the way made all the difference.
I lost my car business, sank into crippling debt, and found myself under police arrest on the very day my first daughter was celebrating her birthday. Tragedy struck again when our home was consumed by fire. I sustained severe burns and spent 7 long months at the 37 military hospital.
About 15 years ago, I came into Ghana as a widow with 4 children. Life looked so dark. I had to believe God through, the seasons of shame, the seasons of pain, just trusting God for my daily bread.
He just started operating in the prophetic. The long and short of it was that the only reason why I was alive was because God was giving me a second chance to do what He had actually called me to do.
Their stories may just be the spark that you need to ignite your courage, because a new beginning is always possible. Every fresh start begins with a choice to hope again, to believe again, to move forward. This January, Sunny FM brings you the Start Right Reset series, themed Fresh Starts, the courage to begin again, airing from the 12th to 30th of January on the IM Drive and Sunset Drive at 8:30 a.m. and 6:15 p.m. Hear powerful real-life stories of people who dared to begin again after failure, loss, change, or simply a nudge from God.
I had to restart my business 3 different times. During those times, I cried many times. I had to go and beg suppliers for credit sales.
I remember after service, everywhere I was posted to work, I was told they already had enough people. And I believe that what felt like rejection was actually redirection. Having God lead the way made all the difference.
I lost my car business, sank into crippling debt, and found myself under police arrest on the very day my first daughter was celebrating her birthday. Tragedy struck again when our home was consumed by fire. I sustained severe burns and spent 7 long months at the 37 military hospital.
About 15 years ago, I came into Ghana as a widow with 4 children. Life looked so dark. I had to believe God through, the seasons of shame, the seasons of pain, just trusting God for my daily bread.
He just started operating in the prophetic. The long and short of it was that the only reason why I was alive was because God was giving me a second chance to do what He had actually called me to do.
Their stories may just be the spark that you need to ignite your courage, because a new beginning is always possible.
Welcome to the 3rd episode of the Start Right Reset series right here on the IM Drive. And this morning I'm joined by Mr. Enoch Kofi Ampratwum. He is a distinguished Ghanaian entrepreneur. He's a registered pharmacist by profession with a master's degree in health planning and management. He's also an accomplished industrialist. He's known for his strategic leadership across the food, pharmaceutical, and financial sectors. He's a passionate Christian. He's a pastor. He's a general overseer of GM Chapel Worldwide Tema Region. And we know him more here at Sunny FM as the founder, the chief executive officer of Oxy Industries, which was a leading food processing and packaging company in Ghana, producers of the popular Sunny Gold brand of products. And I want to share with you a few of his achievements. Okay, he pioneered innovative product developments, including Ghana's first ready-to-eat Gary snack. If you ever see any other Gary snack on the market, he did it first, and the others copied it. And the first to market sugar stick pack packaging with customized branding. He is also the brain behind the creation of Ghana's first children's Mutual Fund, which was in partnership with EcoBank Development Company. Mr. Enoch Ampratwum, you're welcome to the Reset series. I've been looking forward to today since yesterday when we spoke. Please get closer to your microphone for me. Yeah. All right.
Thank you very much for having me.
Fantastic. And I want you to share a bit of your background with us growing up as a child. How did it all start for you?
Well, thank you, and good morning to your cherished listeners. The man sitting down here, has a very checkered, background. Growing up, in fact, I came from a broken home. I never saw my father till I was about to enter the university. So my mom was taking care of me single-handedly, and we were two, myself and my senior sister. I remember when I was about 6 years, my mom took me to my grandma in Oxy, and then she left for Nigeria. Those days, 79, 80, those times. I stayed with my grandmom for some time, and then my uncle also came to take me to Prestia. So I was passed on, from
one place to the
my
other.
mom to grandmom to uncle to another person until my mom came. When my mom came back, I was in secondary school Form 3.
How did you feel like being passed on as a young child from one person? Today's uncle, this, today's grandma, this, today's this and that. How did that feel for you growing up? What's the impact?
That was, for me, because I was a child, I didn't feel anything.
You were enjoying the move.
I was enjoying it. But, with hindsight, I realized that I didn't have that kind of stable, parenting, like a father who will mentor you, a mother you look up to, and things like that. So it is by the special grace of God that, I emerged. But frankly, I was very brilliant. I was a brilliant chap from all those times. And so education wasn't too much of a problem. I was always first in class, despite all the challenges that we had. So from Prestia, I went to St. Augustine's College from Form 1 to Upper 6. And from there, I went to Tech to do pharmacy. I proceeded to do my master's in health planning and management. So I have had a checkered, kind of life.
Take me into how it was. I mean, your mom at a point was not around. Were things smooth, living with your uncle, being with your grandmother? Were there times you had to work things out yourself?
Things were very hard. And, we didn't have a lot of money. My grandmother was a farmer. And so we will go to farm. Sometimes we close from school, and then we have to go to the farm in the afternoon. Go and meet my grandmom, bring her home before, we have something to eat. It was very terrible, And so my uncle came to pick me to Prestia. He was an engineer at the Prestia, mines. And so that place was a bit better in terms of, economics. But that was another school, that I went to because I didn't have it easy with his wife. I went through a lot. But thanks be, to the point that when I entered the secondary school, I never wanted to go back home. I sold, every morning I have to go and, cut grass for animals, come and sweep the house before I joined the bus to school at 6 a.m.
So you were waking up like 3 and 4 a.m.
Yeah. And I didn't have the chance. When I come back from school, I have to come and work till like 11 p.m. before I sleep. I didn't have the chance to, even study on my own. Yet I was able to pass the common entrance to go to attend, a school like St. Augustine's College. So, well, from hindsight, I believe that God was on my side and God wanted me to do something better. They didn't see it, but God saw it.
What were some of the things you had to do to see yourself through school? Because I know at a point you had to try and put yourself through school. Some of the jobs, some of the initiatives you took as a very young man. I was blown away when you shared with me.
Fortunately for me, I was able to, go through to sixth form. It was after sixth form that I realized that I was on my own. Now, after sixth form, after our A-level, exams, I came home. I wasn't a bad boy. I was not a good boy. I was not a bad boy.
You were in the middle.
I was in the middle. When the bad boys are going, I won't go. When the people are going to church, I will also not go. So I remember those days, I could stay at home. I wasn't going anywhere, but I could stay at home from morning till evening without food after sixth form. And I can feel my body shaking most of the time because there was no food. But I'll not go out to go and steal. I'll not go out to go and do anything. And one day, at that time, after sixth form, my mom had come back to Ghana. So, but because I didn't stay with her, I was not fond of, I wasn't too close to her.
Okay.
Because when I was growing up, she wasn't around.
There wasn't much of a bond between the two of you.
My father wasn't around. And so I was on my own. One day, I went to her and I was so hungry and I was angry. A hungry man
angry. Yeah,
is always an angry man.
Yeah.
I went to her and I asked her, why is it that you don't give me food to eat? And at that time, he had a small boy. He had adopted a small child and my mom was a midwife and very prayerful, staunch Christian, but I wasn't like that, So I asked her, why is it that when you cook, you don't give me some to eat, but you give to only this small boy? And then she told me, I was very angry. And then she said that I should sit down. So when I sat down, he said we should pray.
Okay.
I obliged. And she prayed. After praying, it was like cold water had been poured upon me. I was so sober. And then she started advising me that, you see, you are a grown-up now. You are no longer a child. I wish that you could use your hand to work. Right now, I don't have money.
Yeah.
But you know how to, at that time, I was able to use the screwdriver to write names on these cooking utensils and things for people. She told me that I should go and find a sack, put it at my back, and go from house to house, and go and write people's names and take money.
How did you take that?
I didn't take kindly to that, but I couldn't, respond because at that time I saw myself, a doctor in the making, a pharmacist in the making, because after sixth form, I was preparing to go to the medical school or to the pharmacy school. And by the way, I got the medical school. I wanted to do medicine.
Okay.
It was during the last minute that I went to change to do pharmacy. And it was because after my mom told me that, I interpreted her advice as me using my hand to work, me being an entrepreneur. So from that time, I began to think about how to make money by myself.
So you'd say your mom was the person who sowed the seed of entrepreneurship in you?
The advice that she gave me. Fortunately for me, she went to report me, this case, to my uncle, who was an educationist.
Okay.
And my uncle also connected me to a parent who wanted me to teach her child mathematics and biology. So I started that, that was my first job. Anytime I go to the man's house, because he knows the story, by the time I get there, my breakfast will be ready, because
food
you
is
know
ready.
it was hunger that drove me to my mom, and so he didn't want me to be hungry.
Not at all, and be
So
angry.
I got my daily bread.
Okay.
So I taught the girl, you know, from
Very
my heart.
well, to become a brilliant chap like you.
After the first month, the man came to me and told me that every time that I am teaching the daughter, she will be,
He'll be watching?
peeping through the window,
Okay.
watching me. And so what he's going to do for me is that the agreed the agreed payment, he's going to double it for me, because I was a good teacher. Now, guess what? Somebody who was always hungry, somebody who doesn't have anybody to, care for him. When I got my first salary, I was expecting myself, even now I'm thinking that I was expecting myself to, now start saying that my soul rejoice. You understand? But what I did was that I never took a peso from the money. I went to buy table tennis board. And at that time, it was not common.
How did you manage to discipline yourself to not touch that money? I mean, young man, you have plans, you have dreams.
I have no idea. I have no idea. So that's why I'm saying that probably God drove me. God was using hunger, to drive me to something
greater,
different. So that was so when I was teaching, I still had a side business. There was a table tennis. By the time I go home, I will have a lot of coins. I kept it, and I started national service. I added more, and I bought more bicycles. I bought bicycles. I gave it to people to rent for me. So in fact, I say that even though now I am okay, that was the time, national service time after sixth form, was my richest year. Because you have come from nothing, you have never seen any money, and now at the end of the day I could count money.
You had about how many bicycles?
I had like four bicycles, a table tennis. I was teaching as a national service person. I was doing a lot of vacation classes and extra, so I had money, and I was even taking care of my mom at that time. That short time, the advice that my mother gave me, I was able to nurture the advice, take care of my mom, take care of myself, went to the university, paid my admission, did everything. Now that same spirit followed me to the university. When I was on campus, those who were there at that time, if you're a pharmacist, you go to the university. The first year, pharmaceutics, they will show you how to prepare syrups. And I commercialized it. I added citric acid, I added flavors, and I commercialized it. So on campus, I had the best, flavor drink. That time, that concentrated thing, it was called Sunny Squash.
Sunny Squash.
Yes.
How many years back are we talking about?
We are talking about 1994, thereabout.
Sunny Squash.
Yes. Sunny Squash. It was available on the on all the P lodges. I was selling to A Life, so I learned how to do aquarium on campus.
Aquarium, what are the fish?
Aquarium, I can build aquariums.
What? You've got to join us on this conversation with Mr. Enoch Ampratwum. We are live on Facebook. You can also go on to YouTube to watch us now. If you want, you can ask us. We can share the link with you so you can join in the conversation. Also, on our app, Sunny TV GH, you can listen to us right now. I think I saw a comment on Facebook. Actually, this one says, God bless you, CEO and Pastor. It's from Samson Apia. And Manfred Owusu-Setra says, good morning. I'm watching from the States. It's 3 a.m., but I'm excited to see you. We are touched by your story. God bless you so much, sir. So Sunny Squash, how did it do? I mean, the P lodges and all that.
That Sunny Squash, gave birth to this company, because I continued. I never stopped till now. So on campus, I started with the little that I had during the national service time, and anytime students' loan, comes, you find people going to buy ghetto blasters. People were buying rice. I used my money to buy sugar and buy bottles.
Okay.
And then I will be selling to the students. I will be doing punch for them when they were going on floats and things like that. I mean, people know about it. I mean, I wrote pamphlets when I was on campus. I did aquariums. I did this squash, and that was what that was what I used to cater for myself till I finished the university.
And then, at which point did you decide to build Oxy Industries? How did it start for you?
So, after school, I didn't want to stop. So after school, I mean, pharmacists, those days, you don't write application before you get a job. And when I completed my 4th year, I became a teaching assistant on campus. And I was also going to Confanoche. And I built a side business. I employed 2 people, and I bought a vehicle. I was doing this squash. So they were distributing the thing. So that is where, the company thing came in. Okay. But I hadn't formed, a formal company. I was still producing this thing. I got people to go out. Then later on, I decided to dilute, do the dilute like at that time, all these flavored drinks on the market were not there. The ideas were not there. Okay. It was only Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Fanta. So I decided to dilute mine, put them in those PET bottles and sell. But at that time, I didn't also know how to, carbonate it.
Okay.
So I couldn't commercialize that, on larger quantity, larger scale. Then the turning point came when I decided to marry. I married. We got our first, a child. And the business was also booming.
Okay.
And I decided to further my education, on campus, tech campus, medical school.
So that was that to do a master's?
Yeah, a master, to pursue my master's degree. Whilst my work was going on, I was pursuing my master's degree. Then at a point, I decided that I wanted to accelerate. And at this point, I had like 14 workers. I had 2 vehicles. At that time, 2002, so I decided to leave them to continue to work. I left the work in the care of my senior brother. And I decided to travel to Germany. People advised me not to leave, but I had to go. I had only one agenda. My agenda was to go defer my course for 1 year, go work very hard, and I'm a very hard worker. Go work very hard and buy one van, only one van, to come and distribute, add to my fleet to distribute my products. I went to Germany. And after 6 months, I still had nothing.
6 months in Germany?
In Germany. And when I went there, not that like I wasn't working. I was working.
I mean, for somebody who was renting bicycles and all, I mean, you were definitely not.
Yeah, I was working. And even where I was working, I was able to, go buy phones and sell to the whites.
Hey, you do business everywhere.
Yeah. At that time, I think when I was in Germany, 2002, the first camera phone came out.
Okay. And
some of those people who, I worked with hadn't seen it. So I'll go through, their newspapers, find somebody selling, I'll buy it, and then I'll go and sell it to. Yet I didn't have anything because, at that time, you will spend all the money. Yeah. After 6 months, my business in Ghana was collapsing. When I left it in the care of my senior brother. He collapsed it.
Oh, boy. How was
all my trusted people left. My vehicles got broken. When I came back, they were packed in my house. And the business was gone. A lot of debts.
How did you take it in Germany, hearing things that were happening to your business? You wanted to come. You also wanted to work at the same time.
Yes, I was heartbroken, and my agenda was not to stay there forever. And the plan was that I was going to find money to come and augment what I was doing.
Yeah.
Here, the business that I nurtured right from campus had collapsed. So I decided to come back. All my friends were doubting me that I could come back. But I told them that, Charlie, I had to go back. Go back to what? To nothing. Yet I decided to come back. And ask me, I didn't have anything at that time. Even money to buy tickets to come back was a problem.
No way.
Yet I was determined to come back. Unfortunately for me, a friend of ours came to Germany from Ghana. For him, he was a hustler, so he was coming to hustle. So he bent his bridges and then came. So when he came, I asked him for his ticket, the return ticket. And you know, when you are traveling, you are supposed to get your return ticket.
Exactly.
So the return ticket was still active.
Okay.
But the guy had a nodness name. My name is Ampratwum. He was called Idrisu something. But I did it. That was the only way I could come back to Ghana. So what I did was that I paid somebody to drive me to the Germany Netherlands border. I had, friends in Netherlands, so they told me to come there. I can get travel certificate. So I went there, got a travel certificate in the name of, Idrisu.
Enoch Kofi Ampratwum, aka Idrisu.
Please. So, I came back to Ghana. I mean, and what I'm telling you is abridged. When I went to Netherlands, the Ghana embassy, they wanted to ascertain whether, I was indeed, because I told them that I've lost my documents, but I have to go back to Ghana.
Yeah.
And they are supposed to help me to come back to Ghana, But they wanted to know if I was the person that I said I was. I said, but you don't look like, not now. See, I went through, but in the long run, they
finally landed in Ghana.
They gave me the travel certificate, and I came back to Ghana. And when I came to Ghana, lo and behold, I came to nothing. I was so angry. At that time, my wife, we had one child. My wife was there. I have to cater for them. No money, a pharmacist, a burger, coming back to Ghana with nothing. To the point, I sank so low to the point that I was, getting loans to give, for us to take care of ourselves. Sometimes I could tell my wife to go, go and ask his her brother if we can get something to, take care of ourselves. At that short time, because I had just come. And you see, the money, when I was coming, I brought something small euros. So I decided to revive the company. That batch of drinks that I produced, all fermented. So everything got grounded.
Where do you say you got the courage from, having seen your business sink so low? Where did you get the courage to start again?
There is one thing with me. I think one strength that I have is that I don't think too far into the future. I live one day at a time. I am very focused. You see me like that, I'm very, very focused. If I decide to do something, all that I need is time. I believe in time. I believe in growth. And that I know that's God's strategy. God's strategy of growth is time. I mean, God, created man. The first time that God created, a human being, he was an adult. And he failed God. So from that time, God decided to let everybody pass through, that growth stage. So that before you become an adult, you would have learned.
Yeah.
So I believe in time. I believe that strength has helped me. Once I have that agenda and I have time, I have life, I will accomplish it. Unless I say I don't want to do it. So
the small euros you bring to Ghana, you make the drinks, everything
went down the drain. So I was left with nothing. That was the point. And you see, like I am saying, this whole story is abridged. There are details that are, I can't even.
So, Richard, we have to write a book, because I can tell that today I may not be able to extract all I want to extract, but soon we should be able to read all in the book.
Yes, I've been advised to do so. So at the right time, I think I will have to.
Sure.
At that time, that was one of my lowest moments. I see myself a pharmacist, come down. And when I came, my child was sick. Me, myself, I had to go through, surgery, for appendix. A whole lot. But God came through for me. One day, there was something happened, and I was crying. And a certain man saw me and he said, "What is the problem?" I narrated my problem to him. And he told me that probably you are fighting a losing battle. Let me send you to my bishop. And that is how come I ended up at Great Expectations Ministries. So like I told you, I wasn't too serious with God. And so maybe God was trying to direct my attention. When I went there, I became serious with God. Things started changing. And I got opportunity to come, and work with the Food and Drugs Board at that time. Yeah. And everything changed. So I restarted my business with what I got from my earnings. Then along the line, I had to leave FDA, and then I came back to my business, at that time. Since I am no longer working for the government, I have to concentrate and start working on my own again in Accra, Tema. That was where I started. I began to, relive my business plan. Now, I think I forgot to tell you.
Tell me.
That in my lowest moments in Germany, whilst I was hearing reports of my business collapsing, and I had nothing to do because I couldn't come, I went to buy a book. And today I brought the book to the studio. I still have the book.
You should come on to watch, to see this book, a tattered book, but he's flipped the pages for me. I've seen the notes he's written while he was in Germany.
I went to a bookshop, bought this book, and I began to write my business plan. Even though the business was, down, it has collapsed.
It was dead.
Organizational structure, I could see I am, proposals, a whole lot of things. And I wrote this between December and February 2002. And I still have the book. Sometimes I can go through this and I'll be smiling, I'll be laughing. Because I wondered how I could get, at that time, I was able to get these ideas. And I have written in it somewhere, I think I showed you, that the packaging is my personal dream area. I don't know why I did this. But in Germany, I realized something. Because I had started a business here, I had the idea. And I realized something, that when I go to a supermarket, say Plus, I'll find products that look similar or same to another one that I will find in Lidl. When you read around it, you will find that it's the same company that's doing for them, but they are branding for them. So I picked that idea.
Okay.
So the highest turning point of my business in Ghana was when I stayed in my bedroom and I wrote a proposal to MaxMart that I wanted to brand sugar for them, rice for them. So that was so when they called me for a meeting and they accepted it, I said, I found a way out. So I used that as a springboard, wrote to Kuala at that time, wrote to Malcolm at that time, that because it was difficult to penetrate into the market. At that time, it was very difficult. That was the only way. So I told them that instead of sending them sunny, sugar, I'll send them max sugar. Wow. So they accepted it. So I found the products on the shelves. Wow. So that was, the turning point. So I had this book. When I left the FDA, I went back to the book, began to implement all the things that, I wrote so many years ago. And I left the FDA 2008 after 6 years. So I began to see, increase in my business. And the business went down again. Yeah, for the second time. It
did?
Yes, it did. And let me show you how. So the first one, my first down moment, when I was away, the business collapsed. I came back, I restarted. The business was booming. And I decided to get another idea to create, the first children's specific mutual fund called Kiddie Fund. So many people know about Kiddie Fund Mutual Fund. I innovated it, I created it. I went to EcoBank to propose to them. They accepted it, and so we did it together. At that particular time, I left the business again in the care of some people that I trusted, including my accountant. I told that guy to come and become the general manager, manage the business for me, because at that time I was concentrating on, building the mutual fund and then launching it. It took me 3 years to do that. Anytime I buy goods, raw materials for them, by the time I am aware, they say the materials are finished. Meanwhile, the amount of money that I would have received will be the same as like the raw material, so no profit. I was wondering. Then one morning, I had taken my bag, and I live in Tema. I started the business in Tema, and the Kiddie Fund Mutual Fund office was in Accra. So I commuted,
between Tema and Accra.
Yeah, Accra and Tema. One day, I took my bag on a usual mission to Accra. Then I received a call. Somebody called me that is calling from Tema Community 2 police station, that there is this guy who has been packaging, sugar, and has been going around. And when he said that, okay, so he said that the police went to arrest him. The story didn't make sense. The police arrested him, and the landlord came to bail him, and then he cut the phone. Up to now, I couldn't trace the number again. When I called, the number never went through. So I stopped coming to Accra, and I went to the police station to go and inquire. Somebody called from the police. They looked through all their, no case like that. Say, so who could have called me, giving me a hint that somebody was packaging? Then it dawned on me that this whole deficit that is happening, it means my people are stealing.
Something is going on.
It was later that somebody owned up and said she was the one, she was bleeding in her heart, that the guy has stolen my things for years. For all this while. And she was praying that the person sees, and the person was not seeing. See, from that day, I learned that I stopped coming, working for Kiddie Fund. And then I went to sit at the factory. See, I'm saying this is abridged. At that time, I cried. That was the time I cried about my business. Not knowing what was happening, the general manager was stealing. He would come to the office, load goods into his vehicle, go out with the intention of going to sell and bring them, and the money will not come. The person that I trusted most was the one, if you send him to go and buy, to go and bring sugar, he will pass somewhere else, offload some, bring packaging materials from my house, he will pass somewhere else, offload some. And they were taking advantage of the fact that I wasn't there.
You weren't available.
So from that day, I decided not to come to Accra again. Then I realized that the case was more serious So the general manager could go there, have a meeting with the people, and then, tell them, that this meeting, anybody who will go and talk to the CEO about it, I will make sure that he himself sacks you. And somebody told me that one day in the morning, this man was holding some leaves, going around the building, was chanting.
Yeah.
So, I could drive through traffic, go there, I will not sit down.
Whoa.
And I'll go back.
Your own shop.
My
Factory,
own factory.
actually. Your own factory.
So when I realized that, I had to sack everybody. Sister, I sacked everybody. It was left with only one person. And even that one person, it was upon an advice from somebody that I should leave one person. They had destroyed me. They had, so the whole company went down. I had to rebuild.
This is Sunny 88.7 FM. It is the Reset series, and I'm listening to Mr. Enoch Ampratwum. He has reset a number of times. We're still on the conversation. I don't know if the reset has ended or he still has more resets to share with us. But you can join us. We're live on Facebook, also on YouTube. If you have a question for him, you can drop that question below our live feed. Or you can send a WhatsApp to 0540 130-684. You can also watch us on our app. So the business takes a nosedive again.
Yes, again.
And you decide to start again?
I decided to start again. See, and at this point, Maxmat, Koala, Malcolm, they were on me. Are you not supplying? If you not supply, we will, cancel your contract and things like that. I didn't have money. I had to restart. So what I was doing was that when I supply Maxmat, I have to wait for them to pay me after 2 weeks before I can go and buy more raw materials, supply Malcolm. They will delay you 1 month. And, I had to go through a lot. But you see, resilience, I'm very, I don't easily give up. I'm somebody who doesn't, easily give up. I'm very resilient. So probably at this time, maybe you can.
This is Sunny 88.7 FM.
There are more details, but time will not,
We are with Mr. Enoch Ampratwum. He is the founder and CEO of Oxy Industries. But you've talked about resilience. Maybe I want you to touch a bit on that. Clearly, to be an entrepreneur in this country, one needs a lot of that. How would you encourage an entrepreneur out there to be resilient in the face of difficulty, in the face of heartbreak, in the face of disappointment, in the face of pilfering in their business?
Yeah.
And start again.
I think you need to have some characters, not a character, before you can succeed as an entrepreneur in Ghana. It's not as easy as that. It's not as simple as that. You must have that thing called resolve to succeed. I always tell people you have to, resolve that you will succeed at all cost. That brings us to faith. I mean, you must have faith. You must have tons of faith to succeed. You must be very resilient. You must be very courageous. For me, I say that I hire and I fire. That's my job. So when I hire you and you are not producing, no, I will fire you. And you have to change 1,000 times. If I will change 1,000 times before I get the right person, I am not afraid to do that. I will do that. You see.
So those are some of the things you're implementing now in Oxy Industries to see sustenance.
Yes.
What else are some of the products? I know that there are some products you make in Ghana, they stay here, but I know you're doing exports as well. Share with us the growth, how far the Lord has brought Oxy Industries after all those twists and turns of life.
So God has been so gracious. God has been so good to us at Oxy. And we have grown to a staff of over 100. I have over 100 staff, stable staff, and one of the things that we do at our place is that every morning we have morning devotion. It's compulsory. And during morning devotion, we'll talk to to staff. I remember one day I was there, one of my friends who is also an entrepreneur called me, Charlie, what is happening? Charlie, me, I am so down. I said, what is the matter? My staff, they are leaving me. My staff, you do all the best things for them and they will leave. So I asked the person, so how do you manage them? The normal thing. You come to work and you go. So you see, that is where the problem is. If you want a stable staff, you need to talk to them on a daily basis. Okay. I inculcate the habit of, praying, morning devotion in my company. And my marketing manager, came with me. And you have to be there. Otherwise, you will be punished. The reason why we do it that way is that it helps us to filter, the good from the bad. There are people who don't have the spirit of God in them. If you come and every day we are pumping this thing, you find the place as very unpleasant. Yeah. And you will leave.
Yourself.
So we get the best. And I want to give a shout out to, my staff. They've been of tremendous help. Very stable. The ones that are bad, when they come, they are not able to stay for long.
Find themselves out of them.
Then they leave.
So I want you to share with us some of the products so far. I mean, we've mentioned the Gary Mix. That was part of my intro. They know the Tom Brown as well. If you can run us through the range of products you have so far, and then which ones you're exporting as well.
Yeah. Okay, so I think the famous one is the brown sugar. Sunny Gold brown sugar. It's famous. It's popular everywhere. And we have several variants. We have the one in the jar. We have the one in the sachet. And we have the sugar sticks, which is, a very good one. It's the order of the day. We also have cubes. And all these things, when you come to our factory, and by the special grace of God, we have 2 facilities now.
Okay.
I've built 2 factories, since then. We are going to inaugurate the second one this month, a big facility. Now, our factory is about 5 floors, if you are counting like America, like an American. They have 5 floors. And we have also we are going to inaugurate a new facility. Now, we have the brown sugars, we have the white sugars, and we have our machines, the cubes, we have the machines, the sticks, we have the machines. When you come to Oxy Industries, we have a lot of machines that do all these things.
I'm seeing Equate Bami.
Yeah. So
hot shito pepper sauce.
Yeah, we have. Okay. And you see, it's not the common package.
Yeah.
I showed you the vision that I had. That packaging is my personal thing. And that is what I do. All these products are not extraordinary, products. These are not products that we designed ourselves. But we make sure that we add to it the best package, the most convenient, the most attractive, packages.
Okay.
And it is very expensive. It takes money and time to do these things. But after you have done this, it attracts people, and then what is inside, we do it excellently. So we have the Tom Brown, we have Banku Mix powder, we have Shito in the stick pack. Okay. We don't do the bottle. No. Okay. I don't like doing what other people
are doing.
And most of the things that we have, we are pioneers. We start and then the others will follow.
I'm seeing tomato ketchup as well.
Yeah, we have tomato ketchup. And you see, it's packed in the blister form.
Yeah.
No, you can open it and
the
check.
Cheese, yeah. Let me do that.
Yeah,
right
you
now.
can open it and check. No one has done this in Ghana.
Bottle.
And it is new.
I'm opening up.
We have honey in blister packs like that.
These are in blister packs. You open, you can put a little
That's
on
right.
your French fries, or if
we have the Gary Mix. Okay. We have the Gary Mix in the cup.
As well.
And when you see a Gary Mix, We have separated the peanuts because people have allergies. We separated the sugar because others don't like sugar. Some of the Gary mix, we have honey. Our honey blisters are in it.
In there.
So if you don't like sugar, you can, we have Hausa cocoa, we have natural cocoa powder, we have Ekwegbemi, we have Kunkunte.
It's a long range. It's a long range. And
most people don't see our product, in Ghana, because most of the products are exported.
You're exporting them.
We export to the US, we export to Canada, we export to Netherlands, we export to Germany.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a question for you, Mr. Ampratwum. It says, how do you balance the high demands of running your business with taking the rest that you need? I mean, you're a hard worker from the story you've shared. And I was thinking about rest as well.
Myself, I think it's a gift from God. See, it's not only the hard work and then even resting alone. I'm also a pastor. Sometimes I ask myself, how do I go to work and close with them. Sometimes they go and leave me. Yet I am able to still go through, the rudiments of preparing, sharing the word of God and all that. I would say it's a gift of God. A gift from God.
And also family, being there for family as well, the whole balance. Yeah.
Yes. I'm able to do all those things.
I want you to capture for us, if you can, maybe in about 3 or 4 ways, the lessons you've learned along the way that I'd like to share with anybody listening,
Okay.
anybody who's found themselves in the place. I mean, you shared about how you would sleep in kiosks. Now you're not sleeping in a kiosk.
I didn't tell you that.
Yeah.
I didn't tell you that. Let me chip that.
Yeah.
Because I said that this story is abridged.
You
all right.
did say, yeah.
So when I finished the 6th form and I said I was, hungry, and I went to my mom. At that time I was living in a kiosk. We were living in a family house and there was no room for me. The place was full. My sister, was sleeping with my mom. The other family members were occupying the other rooms in the house, and there was a kiosk, outside. That was where I spent my 6th form, my national service. I was in that kiosk, and I was telling that right now I'm no longer living in a kiosk.
Yeah.
I'm living in a mansion.
In a mansion.
Yeah,
I was like, he said.
People who know my house, it's not an ordinary house.
It is not. I've heard about it. I am yet to see it.
Yeah.
I'm sure, as somebody has said, the title of the book, From Kiosk to Mansion, but it's God has been much, much gooder than that, from a kiosk to a mansion.
And I say that by the special grace of God, we boast in the Lord. We don't want to be seen as boasters, but I lack nothing. By the special grace of God, I don't know, not that I am too rich, but whatever I need, I get.
Perfect.
The comfort that I need, I get. The options that I want, I get.
So back to the question I was asking, for someone who grew up with a single mom, at a point things got difficult, you had to work to put yourself through school. Some people may find themselves in that situation and keep on blaming, this the background I was from, and feel that this is how life is going to be for me. I was helpless then, I was hopeless then. There isn't much going to come out of my life. And then there's you this morning on the I Am Drive sharing with us where you have come from and where you are now. There has to be something, and I want you to share with us, anybody who's at that point, what would you say to encourage them to be able to move from that feeling and that point of helplessness and hopelessness and thrust forward to start again?
All right, so my strategy here that I have used, that I will recommend for other people, is that I look up to others. The Bible says that looking unto Jesus, the author and the finisher of our faith. And the Bible continues to tell us that we should follow them who through faith and patience have attained. And so anytime I am down, I look for people who have, come from my situation, and I tell myself, the same Lord is rich unto all. If this person has been able to do this, then it means I can also, do same. All that I need is to get closer to God and find strategies from the Bible that will help me. And one of the biggest strategy I have used is asking. The strategy that Jesus gave us. He said, ask and it shall be given. Seek and you will find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. You see, ask means, the abbreviation for ask is A.
ASK.
S is seek. K is knock. So it's all about asking. And when we say ask God, ask men, people who know more than you, be humble, humility. Anybody, if you don't know anything, be humble, go to the person. I always say that if you can't beat them, you join them. Go and ask in humility, how did you do this? And they will teach you. Seek means seek. It means research. Go on the internet. Now it has become so simple, so easy for us. You go AI. In actual fact, you can know how to process gari without asking anybody. You can know how to pound fufu without asking anybody. So you seek and then you knock. Knocking means that it's not force. People think that knock means break the thing down. No. Knocking is also, humility. If you are knocking a door, you have the hope that somebody, a human being, is at the other side. And so you must use, gratitude to knock for somebody to open you. You must use humility to knock for somebody to open you. You must use honor, because honor is a key for access. So these are the things. What I will encourage the person to, learn is that if I have been able to come from a checkered background without anybody, sitting down teaching me that, like my children are very privileged. Every morning we do morning devotion. I tell them, see, my money is not your money. All right. It is a raw material for you. If you use it as a finished product, you will suffer. Nobody told me this. I didn't have the opportunity of anybody sitting me down, yet I've been able to come through, to this point. So you can also do it. But, that is, the smallest advice that I will give to somebody who is also coming from a background like me. I never became wayward, because I didn't have a father. That's not an excuse. I never became wayward because I didn't grow with my mother. I was just being thrown about. I never became wayward. So it's not an excuse for you to become wayward.
This is Sunny 88.7 FM, and we're wrapping up our conversation with Mr. Enoch Ampratwum. I'm really loving the hot shito pepper sauce. I mean, the way it's packaged. I love that. It's just a little of what you need. When you pour it out, you're done. The next time you need another one, you pick it up. These are great products. I want to get onto Facebook and read a few comments that are there, and we can wrap up this morning on our Reset series right here on the I Am Drive. We have my friend Millicent listening in. She runs her business, Healthy Rainforest, and she says, "Sis, I'm really enjoying the conversation." Let me quickly pick up our messages on Facebook. If you have a question, you can also drop it, but we're just about wrapping up. Let's see how we can do this quickly. This one from Isaac AJ says, "Good morning. I'm really touched by his journey. It has not been easy with me as well, but this has encouraged me that there is always a chance to restart." Obapa Ismi Smith says, "Big motivation." And Manfred says, "Good morning, watching from the States." I think I've read those. Gentlemen, my technical team, have I missed any more messages? If you'd help me if I've missed out on any of those. But for anyone who'd want to probably get into a conversation with you and reach out to you for maybe some mentorship as an entrepreneur, let me know if you're open. If you're not, that's fine. But if there's an email you'd want to interact with anybody on to help them along their journey, that's fine. You can share that with us.
I think I would have wished to do that, but the pressure and the stress on me, I've taken up a few other
responsibilities,
and yet if anybody wants to contact me, you can get through to my office line, and my secretary will book an appointment for you. You can contact me on that number, 0244 63 another 6322.
Okay.
Let me repeat, 0244 63 6322. Did
you create your own quote for us, or there's one that from someone that you'd want to share with us to finish this?
Well, I have several quotes.
So one.
I mean, from the Bible, that you can restart. The Bible says a lot of things, and I don't think there is any excuse for anybody to, because the Bible says that even a tree, that's not a human being, a tree that is cut down, and is dried up, even that tree at the scent of water, it will still, the tree has hope that it will bud again. And one of my favorite quotes in the Bible is that he that is joined to the living, for everyone that is joined to the living, to God, there is hope. For even
Let me get to some messages here. Amwako Apentin says, Massa, very inspiring. Sarah's watching. She says, wow. Sarah says, resilience and God. Anane Gabriel says, great, my boss, my mentor. I think we're going to leave you.
A living dog is better than a dead lion.
That's what we want to share with us.
And the last thing that I would tell everybody is that there is a way out of everything.
Well, there's a way, there's a way, eh?
Yeah. There is a way out of everything. If you don't seek the way, if you want to get out, there is a way out of everything.
Mr. Ampratwum, thank you. Thank you so much. When we called, we weren't sure you'd even have the time because, like you said, you have a lot on your plate. But you said, you know what, Jennifer, we're going to come and do this. And you've shown up this morning. We appreciate your time. We appreciate you sharing your vulnerable moments with us, your lowest moments with us, the joys that have come with what you do, the lessons that you've shared along the way. And we are running this series because we believe that this year there's something the Lord wants to spur some of us onto. We're hoping that as you and more people share your stories, we receive the spark that we need to start again, where we need to have a fresh start. So thank you for joining us on the Reset series. This is Sunny 88.7 FM from Zach Williams and Dolly Parting says, there was Jesus.